Hello everybody. So I wanted to finish up a little bit talking about photosynthesis. So when you look at photosynthesis, the equation here, what we've got going on is carbon dioxide, water, light energy coming in, and we make sugar and oxygen, right? So we know where water comes from, gets sucked up by the roots. But carbon dioxide is a little bit more complicated, that a lot of us don't have a real, clear idea of what's going on. So when we think about carbon dioxide, it's actually absorbed by the leaves. It enters the cells through these things called stomata. Stomata are little holes, tiny little holes. The hole is right there, and there's two little guard cells around it. And they're held up by this thing called Turgor pressure. Essentially, water in these cells. When these cells are full of water, they swell up and create a little hole, an opening you can see kind of right there, right? Now, when there's plenty of water, they swell up and stay open. And then, if the plant starts running out of water, they actually wilt. And the little opening or the little hole in here kind of closes. So it's kind of like the wilting of a plant actually prevents further water loss. It's a symptom of water loss, but then it actually helps the plant to not lose any more water. Now when these stomata are open, then carbon dioxide can flow into the leaf. It's literally like a hole into the leaf, and there's a little airspace inside the leaf where carbon dioxide can be used. So if you think about a leaf, what you oftentimes find is the stomata away from the sun. They're trying to save water. So a clover, right? A clover has this leaf that is parallel with the ground, usually, and you won't find any stomata on the top of the leaves because they essentially get a lot of sunlight, and then they would lose water too quickly if there were stomata at the top. You might ask, well, what about grass, right, that has stomata on either side of the leaf? And essentially, there's no real good way. There's no benefit from the stomata being on one side versus the other. So they just have stomata on both sides, and they just kind of have to deal with it. Thing is, there are plants that basically don't have a choice. A lily pad, right? A lily pad here has stomata at the top of the leaf, allowing carbon dioxide into the leaf. Think about, if the holes in the leaf were on the bottom, that leaf would just fill up with water and sink. So there are stomata on the top of the leaf. And you might think, well, doesn't the sun beat down on that and dry it out? And the answer is yes. But it's literally sitting in a pool of water. It can lose all the water it really wants through that leaf, and it's not going to be a problem. So while I talked a little bit about stomata and their placement, remember what their original purpose is to let that carbon dioxide into the leaf to allow it to grow and do the photosynthesis. All right, that's it. See you later.